Well, hi again. And here we are in beautiful Kampot, Cambodia. And today we're going to have a micro lesson on IELTS listening, specifically related to vocabulary. And the words that we're going to use today are here, and they are innovative, modified, obsolete, and intuitive. All right. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to listen for synonyms or paraphrases of words for IELTS multiple choice questions. That's going to be the first part of this micro lesson. And the second part is probably more interesting in that it will give us a way to practice vocabulary building in specific vocabulary lessons. And this to me is really pretty powerful stuff to learn vocab. And everybody needs to enlarge his or her vocabulary, right? Now, unfortunately, there are no students here today, as I usually have, so I will refer to some of my students or colleagues by name, even though they're not actually here. Okay, now let's move on. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you that the technique that we will use, one technique comes from Isabel Beck's book called Robust Vocabulary. And let's see, Tony, do you know what the word robust means? Tony? Oh, okay, you're on the train. All right. Well, anyway, yes, Tony, robust does mean strong. You're absolutely right. And Paulie, where are you? Oh, I see you over there. Do you know another meaning of the word robust? Healthy? Yeah, that's good too. Okay, so that's just a little bit of what robust vocabulary is about. Now we want to go to some questions. And the questions, which I have here, written here, you will listen to, and you will have three choices, A, B, or C, multiple choices, which you will find on the IELTS test, especially in IELTS listening part 4, which is the most difficult, some people say. And we'll have our choices, and you will pick A, B, or C. But I will model one first for you. Okay. So here is the question. Now here's the statement, and here are the three answers, possible answers. Parsons' technique for inducing cancer cell death in mice had never been tried before and demonstrated tremendous potential. Now, here are the choices: A, B, or C. Parsons' technique was sophisticated. Parsons' technique was outdated. Or Parsons' technique was innovative. Well, you know, these answers are all not are pretty good, some of them. But C is really the one. Parsons' technique was innovative because it had never been tried before. In other words, it was new. Okay? So we'll go on. This time, I'm not going to answer the question, but somebody else is. Okay, here it is. By slightly changing the procedure for using ATMs, banks have made ATM cash withdrawals much easier for customers. Now, Here are the answers. Banks modified ATM procedures for customers. That's A. B. Banks have increased the number of steps involved in withdrawing cash. And C. Banks decreased the number of steps for withdrawing cash. Well, which one is it? Let's do it again. This is a little bit hard. First of all, by slightly changing the procedure for using ATMs, banks have made ATM withdrawals much easier for customers. A. Banks modified ATM procedures for customers. Banks increased the number of steps involved. Or banks decreased. Well, what do you think? Tony, are you there? Oh, Tony says A. Banks modified. How do we know they modified? Because in the statement we say banks slightly changed, by slightly changing. So they changed. To change something is to modify it, to alter it. Okay, so now we go on to part 2 of this lesson today. Now we have 2 words, and they are obsolete and intuitive. So what we're going to do is use Isabel Beck's one method of extending a sentence, having a stem with the word used, but writing more about it, in other words, in order to be able to grasp and understand the meaning better. Is this the only thing you need to do to learn a word? Nope. You've got to recycle these words quite a bit until you own them and you know them forwards and backwards, maybe? Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. I'm not so intuitive with this technology, I'll tell you that. Okay, now, here we go. I'm going to use the word obsolete. While many people believe that the LP record, the long playing record, the vinyl record, would become obsolete, around the year 2000, more people were buying LPs, both new and secondhand, and electronics companies were producing more turntables, record players. So what we really want to know is, did the records become obsolete? What does obsolete mean? Well, this is one way we practice. Obsolete means no longer used, maybe. Or like, what's obsolete? Think of that. Right now. Tony, what's obsolete? Me? I'm obsolete? Because I'm 70 years old now? Maybe you're right. Maybe it's time for me to quit. All right, now we got one more word. And this time, Paulie, I want you to do it, all right? And the word is intuitive. Now, I've written the stem. For many people, using newer technological items is not intuitive. But for younger people, what? What, Paulie? For younger people, it's easier. Put it in another way. For younger people, it's more understandable. Oh, for some people, it's like riding a bicycle. They never forget. Okay, but I'll tell you what. For me, I got to learn. And that, really, I think, is it for today here in beautiful downtown Kampot, Cambodia. Thank you, and we will continue learning new words because words, vocab is everything. Dun, da, da, da.